on to our green cards. I think that green is the more interesting mix of the three. I think that green as a color kind of got the shaft because green has some of the more powerful and more potentially powerful control cards in it. But it's just getting overwhelmed by the color as a whole. With that being said, of course, you always have this first one here, which is Broly. Currently the most popular of the green leaders to be seen in the metagame. Kind of snuck up on us with how powerful people originally threw him out there to be. When he attacks, both players discard a card from their hand. Of course, he can't attack battle cards because that keeps him balanced. And when he flips over, you draw a card when you attack with him, and then both players discard a card from either hand and a card from off of the board. I think that's a very powerful effect. But I think that the card as a whole is a little underwhelming if he's properly controlled. I think that some of the Broly cards in the color, like the 5-drop or the 6-drop especially, are far more powerful as individual cards than they are following the leader card. I just think that as long as he stays in this weak, small muscle form, he's just not generating enough to keep up with the rest of the form.
That mono green deck is kind of nasty with him, all the Brolys and Gotenks. It definitely has potential. I don't think it's low enough for me to put it at 2 because I just think that deck is really decent. It's not bad. It's just not powerful as some other decks in the format. But for my choice, I'm going to do
I don't really experience playing with this deck at all, so I'll say tier 1.5. And I see a lot of people other play.
Different variants of what it can do. I'm gonna agree with Jamal and say it's tier 2 only because it takes quite a bit more strategic tactics to outplay your opponent, and most of the time people want to play the meta, which is Vegeta and Goku and Splitbitsu for games. So I'll give it tier 2. Next card.
So with 2 on 2, we got a 1, a 1.5, and a 1.5. It's gonna look like it's averaging a little below 1.5. It's gonna fall in the 2s. It's definitely a strong card at the end of the day, but it is high skill cap, and people just prefer to play Vegeta, and I think it's just really not a good matchup for it. So while that's currently in the format, it's gonna stay strong too, but definitely has tier 1 potential. Next card is gonna be this Goku. If I'm honest with you, I didn't even know this Goku existed. I think it's just a double striker on one side and a double striker on the other side that draws a card. I think personally for a leader, that's absolutely pitiful. I really believe that as a leader, every card should do more than just double strike. I feel like right now, overextension in this game, you can be punished very hard for it, and I feel like there are cards like Cabo on 1 that generate double strike are bigger, are better, and fit their color. Nothing in green really stands out to me that I have double strike from turn 1 to the end of the game as being usable. This is definitely going to be a tier 3. Where's the 4? I guess it'll stay at 3 for me. Jamal?
I'm not gonna waste that much time. It's a tier 3. There's nothing really much written on the card but double strike. So that's my opinion.
Francis.
Same here. Tier 3. Double strike isn't enough.
Cool.
To do anything.
Corey.
Nah, son. Y'all whack. It's T0. Best leader in the game. Nah, I'm just playing.
Language?
Yeah.
Alright, Captain Steve Rogers. He can bleep me. But yeah, he's T3. I mean, come on. Like, I don't get me wrong, it's fun to be able to double strike, and he can become dangerous later on, especially if you play him along with people who also double strike, but it's only going to take you so far.
Right.
I'm moving tier 5. Next card.
Alright, well, I'm pretty sure 4 3s and a 5 average like a 3.75. So he's gonna stay in 3 until I create a 4.
Yeah.
My last screen is gonna be Son Gohan. And Gohan is my favorite character. He will always hold a special place in my heart. And this card really has some very interesting possibilities, especially in a format right now where he's currently a counter to what I think is the best deck in the format right now, or the most popular one, excuse me, which is Vegeta. And I think that he counters Vegeta very well because when he attacks, if he has more life than your opponent, he draws a card. And then on the other side, you pay 6 and you KO all of your opponent's battle cards, and he draws when he attacks. Ignoring the fact that his other side effect is potentially useless in my personal opinion in this format. Drawing a card whenever your opponent has less life literally like writes itself as counter to Vegeta. As long as you get that opening block or you just stop him from critting you unnecessarily and you're pushing as hard as he is against him, you're always going to be able to generate hand advantage. And with Gohan being the unique leader in the game that has the easiest unawakened draw 1 effect, I think that really can speed you up into having a solid matchup against Vegeta. Of course, that doesn't mean I would play him with a green deck, but I still think that that's worthy of a green card. Unfortunately, once you take Vegeta out of the picture, he doesn't really stand up as hard to most of the other leaders. And so for that, I'm going to put him at a tier 2.
I feel like you just said everything we just said because you're on camera. Because last week, your opinion on Gohan was the exact opposite.
Break him down. I think he could have been better. I think he could have been better because he's Gohan, and in my heart is crumbling because I won't play him because he's not good enough to me.
Alright. I want to put him at tier 2. The only reason I'm not putting him at tier 1 is because by himself, he's not that good. You can easily control him in other matchups, but it just so happens against what we figure to be the best decks in the format, he is one of those leader cards that can take advantage of that. I would never do it in his color, but you can definitely take advantage against some of the best leaders in the format. So I'm still gonna go tier 2.
Francis.
I'm saying tier 4 because I don't think it's really that much of a good card because it's just so easy to play around. Even if you're playing Vegeta, I feel like it's so easy to play around playing around Gohan. Even his awakened form is even like worse because you will barely use his awakened effect at all in the game. Like I played it a few times against you guys, and you guys not one time use his effect.
To be fair,
It's Corey's turn.
Well, it's cool to have disagreements. It's cool, but I'm just saying.
He's
But
gonna do it with his turn.
oh yeah, but I'm just saying. I don't think he's a good card right now. Maybe in the future, maybe, but as of now, I just don't think he's good, and I don't think he's gonna go anywhere as long as we have one set.
Corey.
Alright. So hear me out. Hear me out. Gohan to me is the 3rd best leader in the game. Now, I only say this. But nah, for real, in his unawakened form, the ability to plus the way you can is not hard to activate, regardless of what deck you're really playing against. There are a lot of easy ways to get an easy prize and then swing out and don't give a shit what happens because you want to draw your 1 card and you're going to get your 1 card. And honestly, as far as whether you're going to use his secondary effect when he awakens, I'm thinking, how many times do I need to wipe the field before I finish the game? Like, legit. So, to me, while it's a little bit of a struggle to get to your 6 energies and paying all your energies to wipe a field, is a bit of a high cost. We pay 6 energies for all kinds of other things in this game, so I don't even want to hear that as an excuse. He's good as long as you know what you're doing and you build the deck around him being good. Oh, so let me actually put that there. Tier 1. That means I think it's tier 1.
What?
Okay, so to retort from what Francis said, through some playtesting, if you remember that you have more than 6 energy, or have 6 energy, to use his effect, to win the game, when they only have 1 prize, and all their energies have, you can win. Just like with Broly, he does take a lot more strategy to beat out the other top tier decks. So with that, I want to say he has potential for tier 1, but I'm going to give him tier 2.
Dear God.
Only because with whatever set may come out next, may actually push him up.
He's not good.
Please,
Francis, your turn is done. Next
God,
card.
nobody take this card to the tournament. Like, please.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
stop.
You can take
Stop.
Goku to the tournament.
No, not Goku. Go. That guy right there. He's
German,
bad.
German.
All right, well,
Is that a
go.
personal challenge?
Go
Nobody is beating me with this
Hey,
guy.
Francis, let's come
Is
see
that
him with
a
Gohan.
personal challenge?
Hello.
I will.
Hello.
I
Power
will gladly
ranking. Power
do that.
ranking.
I will gladly do that.
He's on a 2. On average, I got a 2, a 2, a 3,
Terra
a 1,
trash.
and a 2. And that's going to average 2. Overall, I think the Gohan, like Broly, is a high skill cap card. I think that it has a lot of potential, but I think right now, the complication of using Gohan versus the simplicity of some of these other leads just kind of scares people away from it. Really. I think if anybody sits down and puts their mind to it, like I haven't done it 8 times, it might be able to make it somewhere.